All right, what's up, guys? My name is Nurse Mata. Welcome back to my channel. Um, I want to talk about why I went back to get my BSN, and I mainly chose this reason for career growth. As an LVN, I learned so much very quickly. I feel like I got a good basic grasp of like the nursing world, like the basic foundation, and I knew it was for me. Like after I got my hands, in it, I was like, okay, I can do this. But to be honest, being an LVN, I've noticed that I've always hit this ceiling, that there's limitations to what an LVN could do. And, it's honestly quite frustrating because I like to learn, I like to do more things, but you got to work within your scope. So, and we know what that means is in order to grow, I have to go back to school, and which I don't mind. I love to learn, but I think that's just me. Like some people are okay, just being an LVN, doing what you have to do. I learned a lot in a skilled nursing facility, and I feel like I'm the type of person that I need to grow. I need to grow within a company, and my goal is to end up working in a hospital. At least because there's so much more opportunities once you become an RN. You don't essentially even have to. You don't need your BSN. You can still be an RN with your associate's degree. Um, but just more opportunities, more doors will open once you at least have that RN. And I've noticed that, and that's what I want to do. I'm barely, you know, gonna be BSN RN starting off, and from there, there's way more opportunities you can go. Not everything is also bedside nursing. There's so many opportunities where you can go in nursing. You can have an office job, you're still a nurse. There's just so many roles you can do, and that's what I love about nursing, and especially the stability. That's my main reason. um, Being an essential worker, pandemic happened. Who was working, who wasn't? That's something that I need, especially for my family to support. I need stability. I need a job that is always going to need me. I can work anywhere I want to. I can go apply in another state, obviously get the license and everything, do what I have to do. But I know that wherever I go, I have a job, and it's also skills that I can use, in the field wherever I'm at. And I think that's awesome. Long term goals, also, I feel I see myself in about 5 to 10 years. I want to be in a hospital. And then once I'm in a hospital, I can figure out what opportunities can I move up to. I see myself in the long run, hopefully in a management position. I just feel that I like knowing what's going on everywhere, and I would like to be like a quarterback, right? I want to, you know, be the main character and making sure that all these pieces are moving smoothly. You want to have a smooth shift, and obviously there's so many roles you can get into, and I personally not sure. I don't know where I'm going to end up. My heart was at first with pediatrics, and I also was working as a school nurse for a little bit, but I had to stop that because I had to focus more on school because the school schedule wasn't aligning with that job. Um, I miss it, honestly. I loved it. My heart would always be in pediatrics, so hopefully, in my clinicals, I get more experience and more exposure, and eventually I'll decide. Who knows? Maybe I'll go back. I wouldn't mind it. I love kids. I love they're so fun. It's more of a happy environment, and I think working with kids mostly in a hospital, it's not going to be the best environment. But when someone's around kids, you're always smiling and happy, and you want to have that positive energy, and that's what I like. I think that's what made me want to pursue pediatrics. So hopefully that dream will still be there. I'm not sure. You know, some days are going to be harder than others. I've been on a nice little break, little vacation, maybe like 2 weeks. I think we had like 2 or 3 weeks off, and it's been great. I was able to get a lot of more things done, and now I go back to school next week. So here we go again. The cycle is going to continue. And honestly, some days are exhausting. Especially I have a 15-month-year-old. I have a wife that needs my help as well. I'm expecting another one, So it's a lot to balance, but trust me, if it's something you want to do, it's very doable. You just got to do it. You can't hesitate. You just got to just do it if it's something you want. This is for mostly all the nurses, the LVNs that are out there working that are, some people are comfortable where they're at. But if you're debating on it, thinking about it, I think it's worth it. I think you should just do it. There's no waiting. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it if you guys watch this full video. Hopefully I'll be trying to post a little more content for you guys. But if you have anything you guys want to hear specifically or about Unitech, because mostly my experience is going to be coming from Unitech College, because that's where I'm going. So hopefully you guys watch all my videos, and I appreciate you supporting me.